fire up Logic, and it says, comes with this screen like, okay, new things in Logic 10.4.5. I'm like, fantastic. You know, the latest version of Logic. As soon as I play, this pop-up thing, it says selected drivers not found, or drivers not found, and that's it. It gave me an immediate headache. I felt like throwing up. I don't usually do this kind of videos, and my channel is definitely not about this kind of videos, but you know, this morning I upgraded Logic Pro to the latest version, 10.4.5, and you know, I had some issues with the drivers. As soon as I upgraded it, it said that selected drivers not found, and I was like, oh my god, here we go. You know, every time you upgrade, there is an issue somehow, and you know, let me just rewind a little bit. So, as you know, Logic has released the latest updates, and apparently it has all these major bug fixes, and you can have now up to 1,000 tracks and 1,000 MIDI tracks or whatever. Just more than you can possibly need. At least for me, and I don't need that many. But you know, if you're a Mac user and a Logic user, and especially if you're a Mac user, you have the app there, the App Store. Every time there's an upgrade, there's always like a little red thing that says, like, you know, you have some upgrades, and you can see this thing underneath, and I can see it there for a few days, and you know, and I'm like, oh god, let me see what it is. You know, there's a Logic update. I'm like, okay, great. You know, I'm a new Logic user. I've been using Logic for the last 6 months, give or take. I was using Pro Tools before, so I still miss Pro Tools, but I really loved Logic, okay? So I'm not going back to Pro Tools. But nevertheless, you know, I had this app there, and in the App Store, that notification for the upgrade. And then I see, like, okay, so there's a new iMovie as well, upgrade, and a Logic upgrade. Wouldn't it be nice, you know? And then I saw on YouTube a lot of the YouTube channels are dedicated to Logic tutorials and whatnot. They dedicated a full review, and I said, like, okay, that seems nice. It would have been nice to upgrade, of course. I love it, you know. I am a person who was in the past working with Pro Tools for such a long time, and I just recently changed to Logic, like I mentioned, and I didn't upgrade my DAW or even Pro Tools, but for many years. When I changed from Pro Tools to Logic, I was still using Pro Tools 8, which I believe that was Pro Tools from 2008, 2009, I believe. So I spent almost 10 years without upgrading my DAW. Now, when I changed to Logic and I upgraded my whole system, I am delighted now every time that the App Store tells me that there's an update. But at the moment, I'm so busy working on these projects, both on iMovies and on Logic, and I say, well, what if I can delay this upgrade process and maybe upgrade after I finish my project, because it's very important. So I don't want any delays. I don't want any problems whatsoever. I know that when you always do an update, something could go wrong, okay? So as soon as I upgrade my Logic this morning, I press the key, so, you know, just upgrade everything, you know, iMovie and Logic. And I fire up Logic, and it says, comes with this screen like, okay, new things in Logic 10.4.5. I'm like, fantastic. You know, the latest version of Logic. As soon as I play, this pop-up thing, it says selected drivers not found, or drivers not found, and that's it. It gave me an immediate headache. I felt like throwing up. So I went online, and you know, and I can show you exactly what it is that happened, and I go online and found something on the Apple forum or thread about it, but I couldn't find any videos about it. So I wanted to maybe do just like a quick video. It's very simple steps, you know, just something very simple, and I just want to show that to you, just share it with you. So when you encounter this problem, you quit Logic. You go in Finder and go to folder, and you type in this specific command, and then you click go. Just remove. You're gonna find a massive list of different preferences, and you're just gonna delete this particular one. And from the folder, you just eliminate it completely. You know, that's all I did. Just deleted that particular one, and and it did work immediately. I just restarted the computer and fired up Logic, and it worked perfectly fine. So there you go. It's very simple, but at times when we do these kind of things, we are so afraid that something might happen, and it does happen. And you know, and I had the kids were in the background as well. Melina, my baby Melina, was screaming, and here I am with my session, and I can't hear anything. I don't have the audio drivers, and it's just something so simple, so basic that you just have to follow a few steps. So that's why I'm doing this video, really, because it's not that complicated. So maybe you go through something like this, and maybe you're trying to find a video. I'm a video person. My wife always tells me you should Google stuff, and I say I do Google, but I usually go as well and see if there's a video about it, a video about this particular issue, because I am a visual guy, and I like to see. And even though I'm not showing you here in this video exactly the steps, but at least I can show it to you in a keynote, kind of like a PowerPoint the description, and you just follow those steps, and it's very simple. There's nothing really to it. But it was a little bit of a nightmare. Just wanted to share that, you know, with you, because it is important to have our gear and our DAW intact and have everything working fine, because I've been there so many times before, man, when you just upgrade something and it just goes crazy, you know. And I have to say, I'm really happy now that I'm using Logic. I've done a video about why I switched from Pro Tools to Logic, and how much I suffer with Pro Tools, how much I suffer every time Pro Tools will upgrade something, and then I have to upgrade the operational system, and at times you will have to pay, and you know, it's a little bit, I got a little bit tired about the whole Pro Tools upgrade, and paying more for the software and this, and you know, I'm really happy with having everything under one umbrella, and I can just upgrade Logic within the App Store, and it's fantastic. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic DAW, and you know, I'm more than happy to keep upgrading, obviously, and but there's always something, you know. And like I said, my channel is not dedicated for this kind of troubleshootings or solutions when it comes to Logic or anything like that. And not even a review as well. I'm not reviewing Logic as a DAW as such, because there's many other people out there doing this. There are channels dedicated for Logic reviews and whatnot. So that's it, man. You know, it's just a quick video that I wanted to do. And if you encounter this issue, hopefully this video is helpful. And yeah, man, just leave in the comment sections if you have gone through anything like this lately. And what DAW do you use actually? What's your DAW of choice, and why as well? I'm always fascinated to see why people use certain DAWs, and if you have done a switch as well from one DAW to another, and what's your experience with it. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for all the love and support, and as always, rock and roll.